Hi everyone, welcome back to the review section. Now I want to touch on the company that we mentioned, Wirecard. So the company gained a huge influx of capital in the following decades after the market crashed in 2001. Influx of capital.
Influx of capital.
This was mainly with their online transfers, mobile payments, and, well, irony has it that it was through their fraud detection services, actually. And, I mean, they gained a lot of notoriety. There was an article published on them in 2019 by the Financial Times. It was Wirecard that did the suing and took them to court, and they actually won. But, you know, they've come under a lot of attack.
Right. And this is not the first time they've been in sort of controversial situations as well. Back in June, I believe, of this year, I think it was this year anyway, 1.9 million euros went missing. And they said that it was actually in 2 Filipino banks, but this was proven to be untrue. Also, recently, the CEO resigned and was arrested, and the COO is on the lam, I believe. And not too long after, they've recently declared for insolvency.
On the lam.
On the lam.
Insolvency.
Insolvency.
So a lot of fraudulent behavior actually went on behind the scenes, which is now exposed. But I'm curious. They were a online kind of payment service, but what about in Australia? What sorts of digital payment systems or services are popular? Fraudulent.
Fraudulent. I guess a lot of people are paying online, I guess, now. I feel like I know more about what's happening here in Korea rather than what's happening back in Australia, since I haven't used a bank there for almost 10 years. So I guess like when I think about here in Korea, like Samsung Pay, well, Apple Pay might be used as well in Australia, I'm not too sure. But Samsung Pay is, I guess, becoming more popular here. People are definitely using a lot of online banking, but other than that, I don't know too much. How about you?
I'd say the biggest one used to be, when I was living in the UK, it was PayPal.
Oh yeah, right. They have that here.
Yeah, which is in Korea as well. But these days in Korea, I use Kakao Pay a lot for like delivery service, which is amazing.
What lessons should businesses and authorities learn from the Wirecard incident? And do you agree with the author that things never change?
If they're involved in fraudulent behavior, trying to
not do that.
Trying to sue other companies where you could be investigated is not the brightest of ideas. And as for what the author said, that things will never change, I unfortunately do agree. It's human nature to be quite money hungry, and I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. What do you think?
I agree with you that I guess there's the old saying, like, the more money you make, the more money you spend, and therefore the more money you want to earn as well. So I think, like you mentioned before, it's in our human nature for most people to try and earn as much money as possible. I'm not saying that everyone is like this. Some people might be enticed to want to, earn a few extra dollars under the table kind of situation, or do something in order to gain some financial gain, I guess.
Right. Well, that does it for our review section, and we'll see you in the next unit.